What's good, everybody? It's your boy Chris here with Team APS, and today, as you can see, we got something a little bit different. I've never done this on this channel before, but I'm reviewing Digimon, and today we have what I like to, what they call the Ultimate Ancient Dragon Starter Deck.
I'm here too.
Yeah, Alec is off camera, but he's here too. This one is the blue-green, and it focuses on Imperialdramon, the Dragon mode, getting him out, and also a new mechanic in the game, which is DNA Digivolution.
Or Joe Gress for the Japanese.
Or Joe Gress. I like that name a little better, actually.
It's easier. It's quicker to say.
Yeah. Doing my research with this, this seems like a more explosive deck in my opinion. So we're just going to jump right into the opening. Yeah, we got all the little extra stuff at the back. Comes with, let's start off and show this first. I always think these are cool when they put them in the decks.
I always love these little hollow memory.
Yeah, I think most people that play the game now have play mats for this, but these little memory gauges right here are usually pretty cool. And this one pretty much has Paildramon on the blue side, and the green side has, I think, called Dinovemon.
Yeah, Dinovemon.
Dinovemon. But that's the memory gauge, and then over here you just get same stuff you get with
how to play.
Yeah, how to play stuff.
And we don't need that because you probably already watched my video on how to play Digimon.
And if you haven't,
we're going to link it.
Link it down below. Digimon's a great game. I recently got into it, and I started playing it a lot more. And this is one of the days I was interested in, waiting on it to come out. So I'm kind of glad that I'm here to open it and show it to you guys. So starting off with the deck, we're going to show you our Digi-Eggs, our Digitama. Right here we have Minomon. Minomon gives your Digimon the inheritable of, while you have a blue Digimon in play, this Digimon gets plus 1,000 DP. And that's only during your turn, but that is a pretty strong inheritable to give because DP buffs are great in the game because it allows you to just get over your opponent's security for the most part.
Especially for green Digimon, which surprisingly are just all about battling. They want to fight.
Right. Yeah, they got hands, bro. I'm covering the cards.
And this is a blue-green deck, so you're going to have a blue Digimon.
Right. So your egg is Minomon or Minomon, however you want to say it. All right. Next up we have, in my opinion, one of the stars of the whole next BTA format, Vmon. I feel like probably what I think is going to be one of the best decks in the format is going to pretty much.
He's got machinations in that head of his.
Yeah. I know you're yellow purple. So, yeah. But Vmon, he is your level 3. Pretty much, I mean, I would say he's a starter in his deck. And he has the ability of, on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 card with free in his traits among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards to the bottom of your deck in any order.
Just 1 week.
Yeah, you only add 1, but I mean, it's great because, like, I think everything you play is pretty much free. So
yeah,
you're gonna be
for sure.
So any Digimon you flip over and reveal, you pretty much gonna be able to take it.
Is the Stigma stuff free too?
I believe so. We're gonna see it. I think it's Stigma here too. We're gonna see here in a little bit. But that's your Vmon, 2,000 DP, level 3.
Digivolves off green and blue.
Digivolves off green and blue. All right. Next you got Paildramon. He also Digivolves off green and blue, and he doesn't have an ability, but he's 4,000 DP.
But the artwork though.
Yeah, the artwork is pretty cool. So they give you 2 copies of that.
That means you need to buy 2 decks if you want a full set.
Yes. And next up, we got XVmon. In my opinion, one of the better champions in Digimon, in my opinion.
I would have said that, but with BT8 coming, we're about to get a lot of best champions ever in one set.
Right, exactly. And they kind of go along with this. You'll probably see them later. But you got XVmon. He is your champion. He is also free type, so you will be able to search him off of the Vmon. And he has the ability, when you play this card from your hand, if you have a green Digimon in play, reduce the cost by 1.
Oh!
So essentially, if you have a green Digimon in play, the cost to Digivolve into him would be 1 lower. So instead of getting him for 2, you'll get him for 1.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and on top of that, he also has the inheritable of, if you have a green Digimon in play, this Digimon gets plus 1,000 for the turn. Now you pair that with your Digi-Egg and you pretty much go up into one of these, it's going to be plus 2,000 DP per turn. So that'll make him a nice, solid 6,000.
It swings over like blockers.
Yes.
And that's nice.
Yes, that's pretty nice. And that is pretty much your XVmon. They give you 4 copies of that, so.
You don't need 2 copies of the deck for that.
You buy 2 decks, you get extra. You
but
can pass
this guy we're about to talk about.
Yes, this guy, as you can see, this is one of your dual color cards, your Paildramon. This is your blue-green dual color, DNA Digivolution. He's a monster. I can't, like, begin to, like, explain it. But, like, for the most part, with DNA Digivolution, essentially if you have the blue level 4 and the green level 4 in play, you can DNA Digivolve by pretty much stacking them in the order of blue to green and place this on top. And if you do that, let's see. Digivolve unsuspended with the 2 specified Digimon stacked on top of each other. When Digivolving, return one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 or less DP to the bottom of the deck.
There's that blue control.
Yes, that's the blue control. And also when attacking, once per turn, you unsuspend this Digimon.
Ooh.
Yes. So, not to mention, if you have a blue level 4 and a green level 4, his cost is 0. So, not only does he come out swinging big,
but like,
and
he can also
putting stuff to the bottom of the deck, he can also attack multiple times. Like I said, I can't really like get too crazy into like, but they're crazy combos.
I'm about to get into it.
Like,
it's XVmon only costs 1 to make anyway.
Exactly.
So it's very easy to get in that situation. He's gonna cost you 0. You can swing with the XVmon because he's gonna be boosted up anyway.
Right.
He comes unsuspended.
Right.
Swing with him. His effect unsuspends him again. Oh come on, man.
Like you said, bro, it's broken. That's all I'm gonna say. It's broken. I'm looking at the camera now. It's broken. DNA Digivolution is broken in my opinion. And yeah, you get 2 of those in the deck. So again,
buy 2.
Buy 2. And it should be easy to get now too, by the way, because I remember when Digimon first came out, starter decks were hard to find. And I think the last time around they printed a lot of them.
But that's why they do these delays now to make sure when it releases, there's more than enough.
They got enough for everybody. Now, next up, we have, I'm going to say Big Brother. But that's an understatement. He's also free. Just like, I forgot to say that about him too, he's also free. So you'll be able to get him off of the VMon also. But you have Imperialdramon Dragon Mode. Now, this is going to be your level 6, your Mega, 12,000 DP. And when Digivolving, you may play 1 level 4 or lower blue Digimon card or one level 4 or lower green Digimon card from this Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying their memory cost. Now, if you don't know what that means, when you Digivolve into this card, you make him with the blue and green. I go back to Paildramon. You make Paildramon with the blue and green. So you're going to have blue and green Digimon, and then you make him over to Paildramon. When you make him over something, if you have a level 4 blue and a level 4 green lower, which you should, you're going to be able to play those from his Digivolution sources. You're going to be able to put those in play.
So you can turn 1 Digimon into 3.
Into 3.
Which is crazy because you took 2 and made 1, and now that 1 becomes 3. Come on, man.
Exactly. This card's crazy. I seen some of the stuff you could do with it with some other additions you'll probably see later. But you get 2 copies of this card in here, and he's also blue-green, which goes along with like some of the new tamers that you're going to be getting in the next set also. And just overall, this is a good card. It's a starter deck. This is a card we're aiming to make with this deck, and if you do, great. I mean, you get more bodies on board, and you can use those same bodies to then they Digivolve again.
Man, these combos, man.
Yeah, and again, you get 2 of those.
Oh, that's what it reminds me of. Blue also has other Digimon like that. Leopardmon and King Waymon also play things from their sources.
Yeah, I picked up some Leopardmons, by the way. Yeah, just because.
Ain't nothing nice about that.
And next up, you got Kawagama.
Aww.
I got the name right.
It's adorable.
But he's another level 3, 2000 DP. His ability is during your opponent's, upon the opponent's turn, while you have a blue Digimon in play, this Digimon gains blocker. So
it's a rookie blocker.
It's a rookie blocker.
Cost 3.
3 cost. For the most part, yeah. If you got a blue Digimon in play, he becomes a blocker. A lot of times, you need to have blockers to pretty much protect yourself. That is how you play the game. And some decks, they don't just have built-in blockers, so they got cards like this that actually become blocker. So nothing crazy about that. 2000 DP, and he's a level 3, so he's a 3-drop. He's really cheap, and you're more than likely probably going to have a blue because even if you have these on field, which are your dual types, they count as blue and green. So
he should always
have a blue on field, and he should always be a blocker. You get 4 copies of that. Next up, you get another rookie, which is Wormmon. Wormmon, 3000 DP. He gives the inheritable. You may DNA Digivolve this Digimon and one of your other Digimon in play into a Digimon card in your hand by paying its Digivolution cost.
Now these effects are major because that's an end of your turn effect.
Yes, it is the end of your turn.
So that, like I said in my video, that means you can already have paid the memory that would pass your turn. This effect would activate, letting you perform a Digivolve after you've already finished your turn.
Finish your turn.
Oh, the cards like that are huge.
Yes, that's very huge. It kind of reminds me of Blitz a little bit, except you just Digivolving with it. So,
man, but like since this deck combos, that it just makes your turn lasts a little bit longer.
Right, and allows you to make some really cool Digimon. I'm about to say monsters, but Digimon.
I mean, they're digital monsters.
Digital monsters. There we go. You get 3 copies of that.
Only 3?
Only 3. That is interesting, right? Next up, you get my boy, Stigma. He is your champion, 4000 DP, level 4. He has the ability, when you play this Digimon card from your hand, if you have a blue Digimon in play, reduces cost by 1. So essentially, he comes out the same way your XVmon does, but he has a different inheritable. His inheritable is, when attacking, if you have a blue Digimon in play, draw 1 card. So in a game where drawing cards is pretty great, so you can see everything, he's going to get you more cards in your hand.
Because you will have a blue Digimon.
Yes. And also, he is level 4, so he's one that you could bring out with your Paildramon, your Imperialdramon.
And for fans of the show, you know that's the only way it should be done.
Right, exactly. And Stingmon's that guy. He was always cool. Like, look at him, bro. Look at him. But you get 4 copies of Stigma. Now, next up, Sneemon or Snyderman.
Oh, I remember Sneemon. That's an old one.
Yeah. But he is another champion, 4000 DP. At the end of battle, play this card without paying its memory cost. That's his security ability.
Oh, it's security.
It's his security ability. And he also has on play suspend one of your opponent's Digimon.
See, now that security Digimon is starting to get effects, now that there's a real application for playing security Digimon now. Right.
Because essentially, if they hit this, he plays himself without cost, and then on play he suspends one.
He can save you from dying. He might set you up for a counterattack.
Right. So you get 2 of those. Next up, you get Dinobemon. He is your ultimate. 8000 DP, level 5, and he's also DNA Digivolution. So green level 4, blue level 4. He 0 cost. When Digivolve, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. When DNA Digivolving, that doesn't it threw me off a little bit. When DNA Digivolving, that Digimon doesn't unsuspend during its owner's next unsuspend phase.
So if you just normally Digivolve, you suspend one. But if it's also a DNA, now it can't unsuspend.
It can't unsuspend. Yep.
Ooh, that's that green stuff I do not like.
Yep. It's the control. It's control stuff too. Let's see. And then he also gives you the inheritable. This Digimon gets plus 1000 DP for each of its colors. So
that should always be plus 2000.
It should always be plus 2000.
Oh, but I guess things could get weird since in an upcoming set we have a lot of these multicolored Digimon.
Yep.
He can get huge.
Yep. They got one. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But you get 4 copies of him. Then you get Jewel Beamon, another ultimate level 5, 7,000 DP, no ability.
It's a vanilla, but that's a cost 2 ultimate.
That's a cost 2 ultimate.
Good.
That's really good. Low cost. We love low cost.
Yeah, and a play cost at 6. So if you brick and you end up with that in your hand, there's worse things you could have.
Right. You're not putting your opponent too far ahead if you have to hard play this. So you get 4 copies of that. Next up, you get Grand Kawagama.
How many Grand Kawagamons are they going to print in this game?
I don't know.
There's so many.
But this is another one, and he's pretty cool, in my opinion. 11,000 DP. He has the ability of security attack +1. And when digivolving, this Digimon gets plus 4,000 DP for the turn. So if you digivolve into him, he comes out at 15,000 DP.
He's out here just trying to do damage. Kill things and do damage.
Yes. +1 security.
If that thing had piercing, I'd cry.
Level 6. And he is free. He's another free.
It's free, huh?
So you get 4 copies of that. All right, next up we're going to get into like the option cards. So this is a cool one. Mega Death. And Mega Death is a 5 play cost. Its ability is suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, then return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon to the owner's hand.
Oh, there's a little bit of versatility there.
That's some versatility there. Because pretty much those big blockers,
they're not an issue.
They're not an issue. They're not an issue. And then with a 5 play cost, it's honestly not that bad. And if they hit it in security, it has pretty much the security effect over here that you activate this card's main effect.
I like that there's no limitation on what Digimon you can target with this, as long as it's unsuspended. So you can even target a level 7 with this, suspend it, send it back to their hand. Now they gotta try and summon it again.
Right. So you get, and it's also blue-green. So if you got a blue or green in play, you can play this. You get 2 copies of that.
Oh wow! I see a cost 1.
Cost 1s are always fun. They're always fun.
Memory choke 'em.
With this one, it's called Hell's Masquerade. 1 cost, main. His main ability is one of your opponent's Digimon gets plus 2,000 DP for the turn. Then, if you have a blue Digimon in play, one of your Digimon gains piercing for the turn. So that means, if you don't know what piercing is pretty much when you attack a Digimon, you still do your security checks.
See, that's the one thing I didn't want to see that Grand Kawagama have, and now I find out you can give it to him.
You can just give it to him. And they give you 4 copies of that. Next up, in my opinion, this is one of my favorites, actually. Has some really cool artwork.
Oh, it's a reprint of Flower Cannon.
It's a reprint of Flower Cannon. 2 costs, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon.
Simple and clean.
Simple and clean. Security ability, security effect. Suspend all of your opponent's Digimon without blocker. So if they don't have anything without blocker, pretty much just go suspended.
You check this and you're not dying this turn.
Yes. And they give you 4 copies of that.
Toxic.
And that's pretty much the deck.
So what do you think about it overall?
I think it's a game changer for the most part. Just the whole DNA Digivolution. Most of the time it's going to be free. No pun intended, because the Digimon are free. Free type. But it's a game changer because it's going to allow you to pretty much make those big plays with small Digimon. As opposed to having to pretty much make them and then use a big effect. You can just take 2 small ones, put them together, and make a nicer one. So
now, going into the next format, do you think you'll play this deck?
I'm probably playing this deck. Or a version or a variant of this deck.
Dope. Yeah. Well, hey, enough said, man. Yo, let's wrap this up, guys. This was our star deck opening of, Ultimate Ancient Dragon?
Ultimate Ancient Dragon.
And if you want to see the other opening of Parallel World Tactician, that video is already up. And stay tuned, because I think we're going to have these 2 decks battle. What do you think?
It's probably going to be a slaughter, but we're going to have these 2 decks battle.
Wait, who's going to get slaughtered?
I don't know. Well, I ain't getting no names, nothing like that, but it might happen. But the ultimate ancient dragon here. That's all we really got for you guys today. So, you got anything, Alec?
Nah, we'll see you guys in the next one.
Pass turn.